Hi guys, I'm back again for another wander and wild camp in the Northumbrian hills. This time I'm up near Alnwick. I'm up Lamp Hill, but I'm not doing my wild camp here. I'm just having a look around because of some ancient rock art, also known as cup and ring marks on the surrounding outcrops. And we've got the Cheviot Hills over there, behind that beautiful rhododendron. Hope it doesn't rain because I haven't brought my coat. Total schoolboy error. Left the house, thought I had everything, and I didn't even pack my coat. So all I've got really today is my jumper. I've got a base layer on underneath, my sleeping bag and a tarp. I wonder if that's, a cup mark. I know that could have been done through, like frost erosion, but next to it, you've got something which is, like a heart shape. I know a lot of this art can take different forms, from a cup or a bowl shape with rings around it. Sometimes they don't have rings around it, sometimes they have like just a bowl and maybe it's a channel pecked into the rock which leads away from it, connects it to another channel, another cup mark. A lot of places where you find this rock art tends to be in high places, overlooking the landscape. There must have been some kind of connection with these cup and ring marks. A lot of it tends to be in very close to burial mounds, or even incorporated into burial mounds, which suggests there was a link to maybe the afterlife and their ancestors. So there's possibly a spiritual connection. You see the cup in the middle and two rings around it, and a groove which leads to another cup and a ring around that. And they're 4,000 to 5,000 years old. And although this is a wooded area, all these trees wouldn't have been here at one time, and there would have been just crags and views of the surrounding countryside. Right, I'm off to Corby's Crags and hopefully a spot of wild camping. I think that there is an old mine, an old bell mine. There's quite a few in this area. That's where I need to be over there. That rocky outcrop as a rock shelter using prehistoric times. And just down there, there's the Iron Age fort. And just below that is a beautiful waterfall, which I'll put some pictures in at some point. But I mean, it's not hard to like wonder why the early inhabitants of Northumberland would have chosen this area. You know, when you pan around, it's absolutely stunning. You've got the Cheviot over there, Cheviot Hills, and that's the border between England and Scotland. And here we are. And this is it, the stone shelter. Got a place to wild camp. My home for the night. And you can see a bit of an armchair carved out of the rock there. That was done in later times, that. But apparently this here, there's a groove being picked into the rock which goes from here up here somewhere. See, that could be just erosion, that. But I was on an archaeological website and they said that there's a depression, a bowl-shaped depression, and the line comes away from it, and there was a cremation, like a burial, just down there somewhere. But on the top there is a cup and groove, I think it's called. You can see that groove that's been pecked into the rock. It comes all the way from that bowl-shaped depression up there. But I mean, look at the views. It's not hard to imagine why somebody would want to stop here, even live here, never mind just shelter here. The views are amazing. Cool crags near Thronton Woods. You got somebody living down there in a caravan. If it was me, I'd be living up here. And this is my home for the night. Camping under a rock overhang, ancient rock shelter. So there you go, guys, that's me setup for the night. Doesn't get much simpler than that. Took about a minute to put up. Just in a bivvy. Lying on top of my thermarest. Pro light. And I've got my stone chair already built into the rock, so I can sit there later on and admire the sunset over the Cheviot Hills. It looks like the sheep have been using this as a shelter. Just got a glimpse of that there, it's a freshie. And it looks like there's rabbit droppings as well. And the midges have come out. Ideally I would like a little bit of a breeze just to keep them at bay. But there's supposed to be some standing stones here from an ancient, you know, possibly a circle or something like that. I wonder where they are. But that Iron Age fort, that's just down there in the trees. I'm not going to go down there because I'm not able to see anything, not for all the bracken in the trees. That must be it there, you know. standard stone, unless it's just a rock. It just seems to be shaped and kind of like shouldn't really be there on its own, that is. So this is home for the night. Right guys, I'm going to show you what I brought with us for food. Recently bought a dehydrator, and I tell you this, it's probably the best thing I've gotten in a long time. That's spaghetti bolognese. Weighs about half the weight it would be when it was full of water. And got a vacuum sealer as well for the chops. Got it mash and chops. So that can be like a boil in the bag or just to heat it up in the bag. Vacuum seal for extra freshness, and then put in the freezer, and that's just about thawed. So that and the mash, spaghetti bolognese. I've got mixed nuts, loads of coffees. I've got some jerky as well. Same thing, dehydrated and then vacuum sealed. There's no wind, I don't even need that little windshield. I'm just going to use the buddy burners and a few bits of twigs that are lying around which I can just burn. So that's enough food there for me for 24 hours anyway, and I had a big meal before I came out. I've already eaten some jerky and had some roasted peanuts. I'm gonna get a coffee on the go now, like, cause I'm a bit thirsty, and that view is just absolutely amazing. And I keep ranting on about it, but you've got to, you know, you're not even appreciating it half as much as what I am, because I'm here. You know, it's always much better in real life. But there's an old castle down there. I think that's Edlington Castle and Stone Viaduct. There's a railway viaduct down there as well. But I think that castle was built around about the 14th century, something like that. And that stone viaduct, it's disused now. The old Alnwick to Cornhill on Tweed railway line, I believe. But yeah, this is where it's at. And I've got a couple of different chairs I can sit on. I've got me chair that's already been carved in there, and it's actually quite comfortable. Where I'm lying, or going to be lying, it's flat. It is really comfortable, and I kind of help think that, you know, thousands of years ago that this was probably levelled off so someone to use it as a shelter. It just seems like you've got this bit of rock here which is on a slope, and it's got that carving on, and you've got a nice flat grassy area which is basically comfortable. And anybody that goes wild camping will know this. It's very difficult to find a totally flat area. You know, it's easier with a bivvy obviously, but for a tent it's quite difficult. But you're always on a bit of a slant or a slope, you know what I mean? There's always a stone under your back or something, but that is just spot on. I've never had to remove anything underneath. It's as if people have been lying here so many times before, and it's just, you know, it's been made like this. Once I come out the shelter, you can feel a breeze, which is quite nice. Actually, there's no midges when you come out here. I mean, you're out of the, well, that's east, so if you have a strong easterly wind, you're totally protected. That's north. So if I was a north wind, you might get a little bit of cold, but you're kind of in a bit of a dip and a bit of a hollow, so you're really out of it. And there's loads of places I can sit as well. There's that rock chair there I showed you, and up here you've got a seat there. You've got like little rocky outcrops up there. I was sitting up there earlier actually. You can sit up there. Got 2 levels. Got a seat there, amazing. You could probably get 2 people under here. Bit of a squeeze, like, you have to move some of them rocks. But an excellent bivvy camp for for one at least. This is where it's at, guys. Get out and do a bit of wild camping. You know it makes sense. Drops this cooler down a little bit, but I've had to put 2 buddy burners on there, but not a big deal. They're worth their weight in gold, like. I like to show off sometimes with my culinary skills, but there's times where you just want something that's quick, easy and simple, just something you can heat up in the bag. You can even eat from the bag and save the mess, and use your vessel for boiling the water in. Just for boiling water in, so you're not gonna get that dirty and have to do the washing up and that. Before they mean, didn't get much in. Like, McDonald's is a bit stingy, I'm afraid. Same with that salt. Although there's probably enough salt in that gravy, I'll add a little bit to the mash. I mean, too much salt's bad for you, but not enough salt will kill you anyway, so we're all gonna die anyway, aren't we? Eventually. Damn a miserable swine, aren't I? We're all gonna die eventually. Oh, kill yourself with food. All the best things in life kills you, you know. Bacon butties, you know, that sort of thing, it kills you eventually. You know, eat rabbit food, you live forever. But you live a totally miserable existence. Yeah, I'm full of shite, aren't I? Right, we'll get that tickled. Get this baby in. Actually, get the whole lot in. I don't think there's 2 portions there, like, or it must be 2 small portions. Oh, get this bad boy slapped in. Two and a half chops. Didn't know that was 2.5. Oh, that's amazing, that. Just makes me use the rest of the buddy burner just to heat that through a bit more. That's how it is, my cup's not big enough. It doesn't get any better than that. This is where it's at. Get out and do a bit of wild camping. You know it makes sense. And I always feel happier once I've got some food down my neck. Oh, that'll be coffee, where's that? See, wild camping doesn't have to be complicated. Just fun. Oh, it's nice, that. The thing with gas canisters, you know, when they run out, they run out. You're knackered. But getting in the habit of like making, well, I'm saying making fires, using buddy burners, it's a small fire, but it's a controlled fire. And if you run out of, you're never really short of fuel to burn anywhere. If you have a good look around, you'll find something, you know, twigs, all sorts, you know. I mean, them guys pulling fences, doing that sort of thing. But you'll always find a little bit of dead wood lying around. And as long as you're careful and be respectful and don't let it get out of control, you'll be fine. Just make sure you're not lighting fires in an area where you're not supposed to. That's all I can say. That fire's going nowhere. It's on a stone. You know, there's no peat around here. If there was, it's not going to start a fire. Because that's what you got to be careful about, you know, starting an underground fire. You know, like if there's peat underneath or even the roots of a tree. Especially when it's really dry, you know, a fire can smoulder for hours before it sets off. You know, you could be long gone and not know what's happened. You know, so you got to be very careful lighting fires. But them chops look ready. I'm going to get stuck in, and I'm not going to film it because I've had one or two complaints about me eating. I'm a sloppy bugger when I'm eating, so I'm going to enjoy this one, not film, and I'm going to sit and look at that beautiful sun setting. Isn't that fantastic? That's the Cheviot in the backdrop there. So I'll stop waffling, guys, and I'll start eating, and we can enjoy the sunset together through the power, the magic power of YouTube. It's that. Them golden rays of light just bathing the landscape. Absolutely stunning. Can't wait to see, it looks like a fried egg, doesn't it? Can't wait to see what my time lapses turn out like. And that's the Cheviot with head up in front of it, getting bathed in the last rays of sunlight. Sun's nearly down now, like. But that's the view. Corby Crags and the Aranic. But this is it, guys, this is my home for the night. Under this rock overhang, rock shelter, whatever you want to call it. And that's lovely and flat, like I've probably mentioned. And I'm perfectly protected under there unless I was driving rain coming in from the side there. I'm a good half a metre below, well, let's have a look. I am probably a good foot and a half in, you know. And I'm in a bivvy, so, you know, I'm not going to get wet. And I reckon that's artificial. That line that's been pecked in. And they say that's a bowl. I wonder if I can get a better look. See the angle of the sun's going down, so you get a better contrast. You see where it starts. It starts there. Definitely comes from that depression. And I reckon that was carved out. I mean, you can see there's something's being used to probably recent that, like. Getting the last rays of sunlight in my shelter here. I'm going to wake up to this view. I mean, how many people can say they've gone camping? Any campsite, you pay money in Britain or Scotland or whatever. You know what I mean? Where are you going to get views like that unless you come wild camping? You just cannot. It's just not possible. Right guys, I'm going to bed now. It's gone 10 o'clock and I'm getting cold. Like I say, I haven't got my coat with us and I'm just putting off the inevitable, so I'm just going to climb inside my sleeping bag and go to sleep, even though it's not really dark. You know, it's a bit of a wind chill and I'm so looking forward to getting in there. Got my backpack as a bit of a pillow. I can feel that wind, it's like biting cold. It's a bit of a chill. There's my little camp kitchen. Beautiful place, this, like. It may not look like it's dark, but it is. It's getting dark. I'll say night night and I'll catch us all tomorrow. Morning campers. Well, I had an amazing night's sleep last night, totally comfortable in the bivvy, and what a place to wake up to. Right, I'm going to get packed away and head off home. Corby Crags, definitely a place to come visit, like. See you on the next one.